Hi everybody, welcome to the Signal Box today for another video, and I hope that you do enjoy this one. Thank you so much for all your support, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons if this is your first time visiting the channel and you like what you see. Please do feel free, if you wish, to like and subscribe. Okay, so moving on, being it's Sunday today in the UK, I wasn't expecting this, but I got an email this morning saying that the Royal Mail Postal Service was dispatching my item today, and I couldn't believe that. For a Sunday, it's quite rare. Well, they've started to deliver on a Sunday these days, but it's quite rare, and I wasn't expecting the item until at least Tuesday of next week. So good old Rails of Sheffield, kudos for them for getting the fast delivery, and I should think so as well, being a pre-order, but well done to that. So the third and final Buckjumper from Accurascale has arrived. So I'm going to get this out the box in a mo so you guys can see this, and we'll have a look at what is inside this last and final lovely box from Accurascale. Let's have a look, shall we? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for the reveal? So as mentioned with these Buckjumpers, they are extremely well packed. So you just saw the packaging over here. It's the same as yesterday, which I showed you in the previous video. So there's all the gumph. You get the instruction booklet, the nice little history booklet there, and the quite nicely done overhead line flash warning sign that's turned it into your instructions for running it on DC if you're using DC analog. So coming back over here, first of all, this is nice. Look, we didn't get to see this yesterday too much in the previous videos, but look, if you look at these are nice. These are the correct destination boards for this particular model, and they're interchangeable with the other ones as well. And I can already see I've got Seven Sisters, Enfield Town, we've got Chinkford, a Cheshunt, a Loughton in there, an Epping in there. There's quite a few little nice bits in there. There's loads. I can see loads of detail on there. Look at that, eh? Loads and loads of bits and pieces. There's always a tasty little screw link coupling in there as well. Oh, that's nice. And my other two Buckjumpers from Accurascale have got exactly the same detail packs. So this one's lovely. I didn't actually show you guys this yesterday properly up close. Gospel Oak in there, I can see. There's, what else have we got in there I can make out? There's a Loughton. There's an Epping in there, I do believe. And you get two sets of each. So there's one for front and back, bunker and smoke box end. There's also in there, by the looks of it, there is a nice brass etched running plate, number plate there. That's really nice. So we're going to put that with some super glue on the side of the loco in a bit, or when I get round to it. But that's really nice. But look what you also get. I didn't actually show you guys this up close, but you get a really high quality pair of tweezers for putting all that detail on your model. That's really thoughtful, and they're not a cheapy pair, they're quite decent actually. So you can use those to put your super detail items on your model, and also you can play dentist at home, I suppose. But they look a bit like something you'd find at the dentist, and my dentist has got something like this, I bet, definitely. But that's great. That's a nice touch actually, because I've never heard of a model railway manufacturer including something like that in your purchase. Normally you've got to use your own initiative or your own tools at home, but that's a nice little addition, something that's welcome in my toolbox. Very happy with that. So kudos again for Accurascale. But now let's get the main thing in, shall we? Let's bring it up here. Here we go. Are you ready for this? Now, I did say to you, out of all the three Buckjumpers I've got, the last one to be revealed, which is this one, will make you pop. I think it is absolutely stunning. Are you ready for this? Here we go. Isn't she lovely? That's in Great Eastern blue with the gold lettering. Great Eastern Railway. Look at that. That is a beautiful, beautiful, handsome little engine. It's so nice. And again, these are just completely has blown me away with the detail on this thing. Again, let's go down to the smoke box end and we'll start this end. So on my sample that I received from Rails of Sheffield, obviously it's an Accurascale model, we know that, but I got mine from Rails of Sheffield. The other two that you saw previously were direct from Accurascale on pre-order. I had this on pre-order since last year. As you can see, my sample came fitted with the front smoke box destination plate fitted, Liverpool Street. And I think I'm actually going to leave that on there. You can change it over, but I'm going to leave my sample on there. Number 84 is the running engine, and there's superb paint finish on this. I cannot absolutely fault this 100%. Somebody mentioned in the comment on my previous video yesterday about, oh, you can't compare an Accurascale Buckjumper to Hornby or Batman because they haven't made one. Well, what I was actually comparing was the model quality overall, the paint finish, the amount of detail, and the overall production of this model. I've seen really lovely models from Hornby. I own quite a few. But this really, to me, blows it out of the water. This is just an absolutely cracker of a model. Look at that. Let's look at this detail. I mean, everything they've really researched. And I do believe that they contacted the Great Eastern Railway Society for all the technical data and drawings and everything. It's not just been sketched out on a computer and then moulded. It really has took many years of research to do this particular model. It is lovely. So this is the William Holden Buckjumper as opposed to the Hill model. I made a little bit of a gaffe yesterday in yesterday's video because I said Charles Holden, and Charles Holden was one of the architects for the London Underground, particularly the Art Deco stations. And it was William Holden, who was the Stratford man and came up with one of the many designs for steam engines, including the Buckjumpers. So I wanted to clear that up with you guys. And someone's also mentioned that apparently you cannot have the firebox flicker glow working inside here on DC analog mode. It has to be DCC. That's a bit sad, but I think I can live with that because, to be quite honest, if you look as the crow flies, that cab there, it's only going to be a tiny little flicker in there, and you won't really notice it an awful lot when it's going around your railway. So it's a thing that I would have liked, but I can live with it. Overall, I've got the model. That's the main box ticked. I've got one of these, and it's going to look absolutely stunning running around my little railway. It really will look the part. So let's have another close look, shall we? I'll let the camera do the work and speak for itself. It really is very eye-catching, and again we've got those Westinghouse pumps there on the side. I'll just do zooming in with the camera there to show you just the flawless detail on this model. Everything has been so finely produced and replicated on the model directly from the prototype. It's one of those models where if you could shrink down to 4mm scale size, you feel like you could actually turn something and pull something and, you know, access something and lift up that hatch there for the fit in there. All the pipe work is lovely. Somebody made a little remark saying, "Oh, the handrails are these handrails they're plastic," which they are. That is a little bit of a downfall because that, if you look at the handrails there, and it follows up around the cab side cab door frame. It goes all the way around, and unfortunately they've made it out of plastic material, but other than that it doesn't really notice, and I wouldn't say otherwise. It's like, look at the cab there. We'll take that off in a minute, by the way. And the rear bunker has got Liverpool Street on the back of it, and again this paintwork is absolutely beautiful. And then to make it pop with the blue, they've got that white roof on the top, which makes it look very nice. Those nice round elliptical shaped windows with the window guards in the back there, nicely done. Rivet detail on the back plate there. The iron railing coal bunker guards there. Lamp brackets separately fitted, vacuum pipe, sprung buffers. Look at the rivet detail around the buffer shanks there. Really lovely. And of course a NEM pocket coupling on both ends to finish it off. Looking below the body frame, you've got these lovely, again, wheels that are finished up in the Great Eastern blue and a little tiny trim of the red to highlight everything else. Some nice pipework detail underneath there, brake rigging and the hangers there and the brake shoes. And let's pop this magnetic roof that is attached by magnets off. I love this feature, it really is good. We'll pop that off like that, and now we can look inside the cab. Look at that. Now if we had a flickering firebox in there, which it has, that would be nice if it does work on DC analog. And I don't know, there may be a way, but you could actually readjust the wiring inside and hardwire it to the DC system or the actual main pickup directly to the motor maybe, and get it to go that way. I don't know, but to be honest with you, there is no way apart from the general lubrication I am going to touch this thing, or any of my buck jumpers. They are not to be touched. They're not to be weathered, nothing. These are pristine. And I can live with not seeing the firebox glow. That's nice, by the way, isn't it? That printed wooden detail underneath. There's the 4 magnets, and you just simply bosh that on there like that, and she stays on. Looking at the top, there is an incredible amount of detail on the top there. That's really, really, really nice. Very nice indeed. So there we have it. There is my Great Eastern Railway blue in ultramarine buck jumper from Accurascale, and we will get this running on the railway on the next video, definitely. But that is a beautiful little model, isn't it? Isn't that just beautiful? And it really does pop in that Great Eastern blue livery with those gold bands on the smoke box end. And what really I love about these engines is the very characteristic chimneys. And I made another gaffe yesterday, so apologies, slapped my wrist. Steam locomotives do not have funnels, despite what the Reverend W. Aldry said in Thomas the Tank Engine. And Thomas said, oh, my funnel. No, railway engines have chimneys. Ships have funnels. So, correction, I stand corrected. Me being pedantic. Anyway, look at that profile of that chimney. Typical Great Eastern. They put a lot of these out on specifically the J15 tender engines. I'm going to do a lineup actually on my layout. I'm going to get these out, and I'm going to get my Thompson L1, J15, and the N7s as well. I'm going to get them all lined up on shed and make it a proper Stratford 30A scene. That's going to look good. Anyway, in the meantime, very pleased with this. My sample that I received today, everything is on it. There's nothing broken, thank goodness. And it's all in one piece. Packaged extremely well. And I will get this lubricated up with the other 2 buck jumpers. And I'm going to get this going on the next video. And we will have this running. So, as mentioned, we'll get this running around the railway in the next video. I just want to stop by and say thanks for watching this video. Thank you for viewing the video today, and I do hope you like one of these. And if it's inspired you to say, hey, I'd like to get one of these, what I would suggest, they're £139.99, including postage, and that's either from Accurascale direct, or you can go to Rails of Sheffield. They've got some in stock as well. If you want to get the analog version or the DCC version, they're both available. I think the DC version is £239.99, but mine's obviously the analog version. What they do mention is 2 things. That obviously the firebox flicker, as we know now, doesn't work on analog, sadly. And also you have to have a half decent modern controller, like something other than a clipper or an H&M old controller, because these will not work and it will damage it. So they are very, very fine scale, and they are very, very quiet and very smooth, as I've seen, and I'll demonstrate that on our next video that we look at together when you next join me. Anyway, guys and girls, that's it from today. I do hope you like my little beastie, my Stratford engine, and oh wow, that's really North Woolwich, isn't it? I actually love that to pieces. That's lovely. What a characterful engine that is. Right, I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video when we'll have these out on the railway running. Bye bye now.